Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about the essential tools that I have in my bag. Clearly this is not a traditional what's in my handbag video where I show you all my makeup and my lip glosses. That we can push for a later video. It's all about the tools that I use on an everyday installation. So let's jump right in. Every interior design install is completely different. Sometimes I go into a client's home and we're installing just like a 1-room or a 2-room space where all I need is a very small tool bag. There are times where we also do full day shoots where I lug everything from my tools, my camera, my paint kits and all that good stuff, and of course my assistants. We are just breaking down all the essential items so that you can DIY your heart out without having to think, what kind of tools do I need? First off is my absolute #1 essential. It is the cordless power drill. I've actually gotten a lot of questions about this power drill. The reason I love this Makita power drill is #1, it's cordless. So of course all you need to do is charge it with this battery, and it's really easy to charge. It probably charges to full power in about an hour. It comes with 2 power drills and 2 battery packs so that you can swap it in and out and you don't have to stop the project midway. I also love that it's super petite and it fits within my hands really nicely. I've gone through so many iterations of trying to find a power drill. Like I even looked up, you know, power drills for like girls or petite hands. That doesn't work, guys. You have to go through the hardware store and look for the ones that fit your hand best, and I found that this is my ultimate favorite. I purchased this power drill almost 10 years ago at Home Depot. I want to say it was about $200 for like a 2-pack. Some of the items that I talk about in this video are really old. I'm going to do my best to source the best substitutions for you. What's important is that you look for the manufacturer. Sometimes they've updated their tools and their pricing, so I'll link the best ones below. Moving on, you cannot have a power drill without having a drill bit set. My favorite drill bit sets are the ones from DeWalt, and the reason I love it is because not only is it small and really compact, it has all of my favorite screw heads and the ones that I use most regularly on all projects. We have screw heads, we have drill bits, we have a little bit of everything so that you're never without the correct size bits for a typical installation. You'll see that the power drill is Makita and my drill bit set is a DeWalt. Don't worry about it coming from the same manufacturer. All the manufacturers actually make it so that their bits and the tools are interchangeable. You cannot call yourself an interior designer without a tape measure. I probably have a tape measure in every single one of my bags. I actually even carry one in my purse, like a really teeny tiny one. But this 25-foot one from Stanley is one of my favorites. It goes all the way down to 1/16 measurements, so you get super exact measurements, especially when you're hanging pictures. I cannot stand to see like a skewed picture on the wall. Which brings me to my next tool, the leveler. This is just a simple basic leveler. It has a magnetic strip on top, so you can actually even leave like a screw or a nail there. Especially essential when you're hanging up a piece of artwork. All you need to do is put this leveler right on top, wait for the bubble to be right in the middle between the 2 lines, and then you'll know that your picture is perfectly level. Next up, we have a super teeny tiny hammer. I don't like to carry these like big old hefty tools and lug them all around. I literally leave my tool bag in my car. So if there's like a petite size tool, I will most likely use that instead of the larger version. So this one is the Tack Life hammer. They actually sell this as like part of a picture hanging tool set. I use it to hammer anything and everything in. It's compact, it fits right in my tool bag. It also has a little groove here that's magnetic so that you could put your nail or screw there right before you hammer it in without it going astray. These are my absolute favorite scissors in the entire world. I mean, you're probably asking, it's just like a pair of scissors, what's the difference, right? Well, #1, it's made by Ginger, which is an Italian brand. And you know them Italians, they sure do know how to make their tools. It is super sharp and it's actually fabric cutting scissors, but I leave it in my toolbox because clearly you always need scissors. It's not cheap though, guys. It's an investment. So you want to make sure that you take super special care of your scissors and wipe it down after each use. Aside from all the power drills and all the power tools, you absolutely have to have just a plain old screwdriver. I typically use a Phillips more than any other screwdriver, and Phillips is the one with that little 4-prong. Flathead is the one that's like totally flat. I always like to leave a Phillips head screwdriver and a flathead screwdriver just in case, you need to screw something really quick and the power drill is like on the other side. So let's move on to all of my favorite tapes and glues. I love this industrial strength double stick Velcro. I mean, I use this Velcro to mount everything from small canvases to picture frames, even like little small mirrors, anything that's not too heavy. Make sure you pay attention to the amount of weight it holds. It comes in like 10 pounds, 25 pounds, 50 pounds. Of course, you can't really just measure everything that you're hanging up. While you're carrying it, you can almost estimate the weight. If it's something that you can, lift up with ease, it's probably about 10 pounds, so use the 10-pound kind. So it comes in like a super long roll with a positive and a negative. You'll cut out the size strip that you want, press it together, and adhere it to the back of your picture or your mirror, and then you just stick it on the wall. Super simple. I think a tape is essential to every designer's life, and I arm myself with a myriad of them. First off is blue tape, which is essentially painter's tape. You use this tape to trim off the edges and the borders so that you're not painting over everything. For instance, if you have a trim or a baseboard that you're not painting, you'll wrap it with paper and then you'll put painter's tape right over it. I not only use it for all of my paint projects, but I love that it's not super sticky and you can tear it off with your hands. So I actually use it to label all of my boxes as well. Next up is a duct tape, which, you never know when you're gonna need duct tape. Especially when mounting tapes fail, duct tape is your savior. I am really partial to the entire Gorilla family. I love the Gorilla duct tape, the Gorilla glue, the Gorilla super glue, the Gorilla super glue gel. It is super Gorilla strength, which means it's industrial. Think like the Amazon, the rainforest. Nothing is going to get through this sucker. So anytime you're out shopping at your hardware store and you see the Gorilla Glue family, it's a little expensive, but definitely something that you can invest in. You've seen me use this next product a bunch of times. It's a double-sided mounting tape by 3M. It comes in a roll just like this, and basically you just peel it out and then cut the strips away, and it mounts on both sides. You can adhere it to the back of any type of material, paper, fabric, and then you just mount it right onto another hard surface. Moving on to my favorite screws and nails. These are the general purpose screws that I always use. I know when you go to the hardware store, it can be like super overwhelming. It's almost like going to the grocery store when you don't even cook. You don't even know where to start, right? So once you're in the hardware aisle, there are so many different types of screws and nails. I like to keep it really simple. I found a general purpose screw that works for both drywall and wood that I absolutely love. It's these little 1.5 to 2 inch gold screws, and you'll know you're getting the right one when number one, it's gold and has a little Phillips head right on the top. So the general rule when purchasing the length of screws is never buy anything shorter than 1.5 inches. The typical thickness of drywall is 3/4. You want to make sure that you screw from one material to the next and then have the screw puncture in both materials. To go along with the general purpose screws, these are my favorite drywall anchors. Since a general purpose screw could really be screwed into like a stud, which is wood, or drywall, I love to use a drywall anchor just for that extra added support. Moving on to nails, really you could just buy a very basic nail kit. And it comes with all sizes nails, like teeny tiny ones, there are medium sized ones, and then there are large versions. They come in both silver and gold, so it's really easy for you to just grab a nail according to its size and know exactly what you're going to do with it. So your question might be, why would you use a screw versus using a nail? As you can see, nails are really slim and they're really flimsy, which means they're not going to support a lot of weight. If you know that you're just gonna nail something in, like maybe you're upholstering fabric to wood, you would just nail that in because you'd be using a whole length of nails versus screws, which are a little bit bigger, they're a little bit bulkier, and they carry a little bit more weight. So determine the size of your project and then you'll know exactly what type of hardware you'll need. A lot of you asked me about my picture hanging toolkit, and I pretty much put this together on my own. I went and purchased a variety of different hardware to hang up pictures, since clearly in a designer's life, after years of doing all of these installations, I kind of just went and put this kit together with all of my favorite things. I'll link the how to hang pictures like a pro video for you, so you'll know the different type of hardware you use for every type of picture. Although the toolkit is made up of all of my favorite pieces, by far this SAWTOOTH picture hanger is the one that I use the absolute most. It comes with 2 little nails that are built in on the sides. All you need to do is hammer this right into the back of the picture, put a screw on the wall, and then just hang it right up. It's like done in 3 easy steps. Another essential part of the picture hanging toolkit is command strips. Command strips come in a variety of sizes, and these are used to hang up virtually anything on the wall. Whether or not you want to hang your cleaning supplies on the wall, like a broom or a mop or a dustpan, you can even use this to hang up your purse on the wall. I especially love it because it comes with both tape and Velcro in the back, and pretty much once you're done with it, you just pull this little tab and the command strip comes right off the wall without pulling off the paint or the wallpaper or whatever's on that wall, which is perfect for renters. I mean, I love command strips so much, I even carry around a little baggie full of different size command strips. Very essential. Moving on to my precision cutting tools. I love this little box cutter. I'm sure you've seen those big old hefty box cutters that contractors use, but I love my little hot pink one. I mean, this one is only 99 cents and you can actually get this at the checkout aisle at your hardware store. It's really petite and it just gets the job done. If you need a little bit more precision, I love my X-Acto blade. I've been using this since art school. It comes with a variety of different blades, so make sure that you get the size that you want. If you don't know what size you need, you can just get the typical size. Every DIY aficionado needs a staple gun or a nail gun as part of their toolkit. I have 2 kinds. One is a plug-in one, which is a little bit more heavy duty. It actually is a little bit heavier in weight too, but it's essential for a larger DIY project like an upholstery project. This one is by Arrow, and it's actually a combination of both a nail and staple gun, which I love for the convenience. But for some of the smaller projects, I actually have a hand staple gun that you see me use in the DIY art video. I mean, the difference is convenience and the weight. I mean, if you're doing something that's like less than, a couple of minutes or 5 minutes, I would just stick with the handheld one that doesn't need to be plugged in. But for larger projects, I would use a plug-in one because it's automatic, and then staples and nails go in with ease. My favorite staplers are the Arrow ones because these go in virtually any type of stapler, regardless of the manufacturer. And the Power Shot brad nails are the ones that I use for the automatic nail gun. And last but not least, this is my favorite rolling toolbox that I throw all of my tools in. I love that it's super lightweight and it has multiple compartments. I love to organize, you guys know that. So it has like a little different section for all of my needs. I love that you can roll it around and pull it apart. And I especially love how lightweight it is, so I can just throw it into the trunk of my car without any help. I hope this takes the guesswork out of all your DIY projects and all of your power tool needs. If you guys have any questions about what tools to use for any type of your projects, please leave me a comment in the description box below. I always read the comments and I always get back to you. If you like this type of content, please give this video a thumbs up. Of course, comment and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video.